Hi, motion folk. I'm Sabrina Cheney.
And I'm Penny Niederlander.
And you've tuned into NoGraph, the motion graphics podcast where motion graphics is all but forbidden as a topic of conversation.
The idea is we're all familiar with the social media peer pressure that there's always a new program to learn,
a new style to master,
endless tutorials and presentations to catch up on,
Slacks and Discords to join.
But we have this little theory that what really makes our work interesting is what people bring to it from the outside our normal circles.
So here at NoGraph, we push all that aside and block out the noise and the pressure.
Every week, we'll have a special industry guest on, and we'll just talk hobbies and passions and whatever they love to do when they're not at their desk. And at the end of every episode, we'll turn the mic over to our new friend, and they'll have a couple minutes to tie it all in.
This is a podcast about our industry from the standpoint of a sustainable lifestyle and an ever-deepening well of inspiration.
Thanks for joining, and let's go.
Today we have Nijah Brown.
Hello.
Hi, Nijah.
Welcome.
Hi. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah.
Meeting Penny for the first time, so nice to meet you.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So tell us, Nijah, a little bit about you and what kind of art, motion graphics, animation that you do.
Yeah, my name is Nijah Brown. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised here. Yeah, I do a lot of 2D animation. I do a little bit of photography on the side, just like as a hobby, but I think I'm pretty good at it. And yeah, that's pretty much, I mostly do 2D animation and like 2D illustrations and a little bit of digital painting here and there. So yeah, it's kind of my vibe.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I personally got a little sneak peek of what Nijah's capable of because she used to be my intern at Mighty Oak. But Nijah, you were stellar.
Thank you.
Just like honestly one of my favorite people. And we're not going to talk about any of that time we had together because it has to do with work, and we are not talking about work.
Oh, work.
Oh.
Tomato, tomato, tomato.
Or tomato.
Yeah. Potato, tomato.
Oh, potato would hurt. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's hear about what you do when you're not working. Do you have any? Sabrina always comes like loaded with some like pre-knowledge of a question to ask, or do you have anything, Sabrina, to ask immediately?
I read a few things, but Nijah, I want you to have the floor with the general. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love going to concerts mostly. I actually have like a concert wall here in my bedroom.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I just recently saw Kehlani with my boyfriend like a week or two ago, and that was a lot of fun. And I also, the thing I'm most excited about, the week before that, or the same week, earlier that week, I saw Linkin Park. I've been dying for them to come back. I'm like a huge Linkin Park fan. I have like a Linkin Park tattoo.
Oh my
here.
God.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Is that
I have, like, a wall of posters?
That's incredible
as well. Yeah.
I have a few Linkin Park things. One is my favorite ramen joint in Brooklyn that I go to all the time. I go so often that they like recognize me. Above the bar, I noticed one day they have like a framed portrait of Chester Bennington, and it's signed. And I'm like, is that a real autograph? Because if so, oh my God, like a piece of Chester in the ramen place.
That's so incredible. Random, but so cool.
And I have there's no context for this.
Yeah.
There's like, it's the most random thing because they serve the greatest food, but then they also have a signed Chester Bennington autograph and also like some Marvel memorabilia. Like the owner is just into a very wide array of interest, I think, and they just like wanted to put it there. Yeah, but I love it because I too am a nerd and a Linkin Park fan, so I'm sitting there like, this is so great.
Yeah, I feel like if I had a restaurant, it would also be filled with just very random things that I'm a huge fan of. Like my bedroom is already like that. I have like anime posters and just like my diploma. Like next to it.
Yes.
Lots of Linkin Park stuff. Like as soon as you walk into my apartment, I have like a large framed Linkin Park poster from the Minutes to Midnight era. This is like the number one thing that my friends know about me is just that I'm obsessed with Linkin Park. It's like a thing. So
that's incredible.
I'm just really glad that they're back making music now. But yeah, I like other musics too. they're just like my main band, but they're the only like heavy rock band that I listen to very often. Everything else is like indie or like pop music. That's like usually what my Spotify Wrapped would be, and then like Linkin Park is in there as well.
Yeah, you're like the 0.001% most listened to this. Was the concert that you went to with their new singer?
Yeah, I was with their new singer. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard anything with her yet.
Oh, she was actually pretty good. They're coming out with an album in November, so that's pretty exciting. I hope it's good. But luckily, I was able to see Linkin Park in 2011 for their 1,000 Suns tour. So I was able to see the band with Chester a while back. I think I was like 10 or 11. My mom took me.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous. Yeah, Penny. What would you put in the bar of your restaurant? And B, are you a Linkin Park fan?
I have like never listened to Linkin Park, so I'm kind of referring to you. I'm so sorry. I did have this bar idea. I wanted to open a bar in LA when I was working there and living there. And I just wanted to call it Post. And the slogan is "Come fix it in post." And I was like, it was going to be like a post-production themed bar. And it would have either I would have like it failed or it would have generated too many alcoholics. So I'm glad that I didn't go that route.
Yeah, people just flooding into your bar after work.
But I love the idea of like a theme to a bar that doesn't seem like, oh my God, you have to go to this, what did you say? This ramen place. Okay, so it's Linkin Park and Marvel themed. And people, what the? that's buzz.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably like, I'm in Austin, so maybe it would be like a bluegrass themed. No, but that's like every bar in Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the honky tonk.
Yeah.
How do you unhonky tonkify an Austin bar?
Lots of plaid. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, make it Portland instead.
Oh my God. We're already kind of like Portland adjacent.
Right? Keep Austin weird.
They stole our slogan. They say keep Portland weird.
Yeah, you're like, that was Austin's first.
Feud.
Yeah.
Blood.
They are pretty weird down there. But we're all weirdos.
Yeah, but so like, I mean, music, you went right to that. That was like a home.
Yeah.
That's my whole personality. That's your thing. Yeah. Okay. Top 3 concerts.
Oh my God. Okay. Obviously Linkin Park.
Okay. Top 3 concerts that aren't Linkin Park.
Yeah. I saw Brockhampton a while back. That was a lot of fun. Technically, my first ever concert was Prince. My mom and her friend, when I was very young, I think it was at some point in like 2007, or maybe 2004. But I was very young. It's in the single digits. But Prince was doing like a free show in Madison Square Park. And I remember getting up and like arriving there at 12 a.m. midnight with her and her friend. And there was like a super long line already of people waiting to see him. We were pretty far back, but my mom put me up on her shoulders and I was able to see Prince. So that was pretty cool. I think it was 2004. It was the Musicology album that I really
that's a cool memory.
Yeah, so that one was a lot of fun. It was really cool to go with my mom. And I'm trying to think of other shows that I've been to that I've had a lot. Oh, One Direction. Yeah.
Classic.
I just
that's Harry Styles' band, right? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Harry Styles.
As the resident 45-year-old, make sure I'm following the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were a little bit after my time as well, but I could just imagine. I mean, like, insert boy band, it's got that energy,
Yeah. Also, Big Time Rush, that was a fun one as well. I went with one of my friends. They had like a TV show on Nickelodeon about them being a boy band, and then they turned into a real life boy band.
Like the Monkees.
Yeah.
Yeah. There seems to be a pipeline that goes that way.
Yeah.
For a lot of people who are famous now. They started as like Nickelodeon or Disney people, and then they end up.
Can we talk about like Olivia and Sabrina?
Oh, Sabrina Carpenter, yeah.
God, they are kicking out some bangers.
Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter just sold out Madison Square Garden last night, I believe, which is insane.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with good reason. I mean, did you see that video with her and what's her name? Jenna Ortega?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Wait, I'm not sure either. I saw some stuff from the MTV Music Awards recently. That was pretty fun. But
yeah.
I highly recommend. Great video.
Yeah.
just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a spread of concerts. You really picked a whole like era of like, it sounds like of your developmental ages kind of.
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yesterday I was just watching a bunch of Disney Channel original movies as well. Watching like the Cheetah Girls and Jump In, like that era, High School Musical, That's So Raven, that kind of era of Disney. I think by the time Sabrina Carpenter was on Disney, I stopped watching it. I think I was like, might have been too old for it at that point, but yeah.
Yeah. And now she reappears and you're like, where did you even come from?
Yeah. I tried to go, she had like a coffee pop-up shop over this past weekend that I tried to go to it twice. I would try to go on Saturday, but the line was like 4 blocks long. And I was just like, well, is she in the coffee shop? But she wasn't. So it's just like, I'm just gonna eat something and then go home. I tried to go the next day, but I didn't wake up early enough. And then I like even made the effort to like go on the train or like wait for the train. I waited 13 minutes. And then I was like, by the time I get down there, I feel like the line is gonna be really long again. So I just went back home. I was like, forget about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I wonder how often waiting in a line like that actually works out for people. Because it's such a huge time commitment, and then by the end of it you get like one croissant or some kind of random special baked good, and that's it.
Yeah, she had like there were like different drinks that you could get, and then like merch. It's like t-shirts and posters. I like collecting posters. So that's kind of the thing that I wanted, and then just for the experience. Because they had like a really cute setup there, but and a lot of like photo op opportunities. But at that point I couldn't wait on that line. It was also raining, so it was just too much.
Oh yeah.
I think
past
if it
weekend
was nicer,
pretty
I would have.
gross.
Yeah, if it was
Exactly.
nicer outside, I would have waited. But yeah, it was pretty gross. Yeah.
Can I throw in an old person gripe?
Yeah.
Okay. I used to go to so many shows in LA. That was like, I was in my 20s. It was my prime time for going to shows and like and just like events and things like that. But man, I miss that era of pre-Facebook and pre-social media. Cause like you can't ever get the down low on a thing and show up and go to an event without it being just swamped with people. Like imagine in a time when people had to hand out flyers, even for like like that, like even for like a giant superstar would be, superstar. And it's like, I feel like I can't go to things anymore in Austin because like, oh, we're having like there's a pepper like festival. And it's like, you go and there's, 50,000 people and you have to wait in line and it's so silly. Have you?
Yeah, I'm not even sure this is an old people gripe because I feel the same way. But how about you, Nijah? Are you feeling this too? Like everything you go to is just like, I'm surrounded.
Yeah, I feel like for as long as I can remember, like the first ever event that I've tried to go to, the line was just like super long. I don't think I've ever lived through a time where anything was on the down low.
Yeah.
Everything is just out there. You just gotta like show up ridiculously early to get a good spot. So
this happened to me last night. So I went to a concert last night and I have like in normal day-to-day things, I'm cool. But always if I'm going to a place where I haven't been before, my anxiety level is like, I'm not okay. So in order to cope with that, my solution, well, I can't even call it a solution because I don't do it this consciously. It's like my body will manifest at the place an hour earlier than I need to be there. And so I go to the venue super early and I'm expecting somebody to, like, check my ID or where's your ticket. Nobody was there at the entrance. I just kind of like walk in.
Yeah.
Nobody really notices. They're doing sound check. So I'm like, there's a seat in the back over here. I'll just chill out in the corner. I wasn't supposed to be there, y'all. Like, there was a guy who comes out eventually, and he's like, all right, 2 minutes till doors. And I'm sitting there like, I've already come in.
They totally thought you were with someone.
They had no idea that.
The sheer audacity to walk into a place an hour and a half before it opens. That's you cracked the code.
Yeah.
I did. But it's also, so the concert that I went to, it's this singer Kenneth Takanami. Sorry, Kenneth, for butchering your name. But I know about Kenneth because he was like doing a collab with another singer that I like, that I've definitely talked about on NoGraph before, Juliana Shahayed. But Kenneth was having a gig last night, and it's weird because I've been following his stuff for about a year, and I'd comment, and because he's such a like starting out artist, like he's hustling and getting a music career together, but he's super motivated. But he would be interacting with people, and so he kind of like knows who I am through YouTube.
Oh,
and so
that's really cool.
I think I had commented on something, and he was like, oh yeah, like come and say hi anytime, talking about the concert last night. But I was so like not tweaking, but like I was just like, woo, unfamiliar place, But I'm like, no, not gonna talk to you, but maybe next time. But his concert was awesome. He has such a stage presence. But yeah, I think that's what it takes. It takes going to the venue super duper early and going when this person is like a total newcomer, getting up and coming. Then yeah, you get a sneak peek without being totally crammed. But there have absolutely been other concerts that I go to, and I'm just like, I'm petite. People will just like post up right in front of my face.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, hello.
Yeah.
It's tough out there.
And concert etiquette has gotten real bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but like I went to a last live festival that I went to, people would just lay their blankets down and then just like people reading Kindles, like just one person on a giant like 10 by 10 foot blanket. Like, and I'm like, I can't get close because I don't want to step on your fucking blanket. But we're on stage, and it's just a patchwork quilt of people checked out, and it's so weird.
No, it's about being there.
Yeah,
yeah. I've seen people like bring their Nintendo DSs and like record the concert with that, just like unconventional items that you wouldn't usually bring. I saw like a crowd of people playing Wordle, just like in the middle of the crowd. It was very weird. Yeah. They were doing it for the bit, I guess, but yeah, it was just very
okay. What? That's insane. Still, why do you have to do a bit? It's not your show.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not you. You're not. It's not about you. You're there to see that. Oh, that's so weird.
Kids, no word games or crosswords during the concert.
Well, okay, but words with friends. I need to do my words with friends.
Yeah.
Drop a little 15-year-old reference there. No, wouldn't go. And let's all right. Wait. What else? We got concerts and music and posters, which also bless you for buying the posters.
Oh yeah, that's like the number one thing I go to buy at shows is a poster.
You're not a shirt. I'm like right to the shirts and hats, but you get the posters, and that's awesome. Those last longer.
Yeah, thanks. But yeah, other than concerts, I watch a lot of like reality TV, like specifically competition shows, which I really want to be on. The Circle on Netflix, I love that one. There's a show on Peacock called The Anonymous. So it's basically like it's like a group of people living in a house, and they have like a profile that's anonymous, and they kind of like talk crap about each other behind each other's back. And basically you have to like find out who is saying what, and you take a test to kind of like see like who the anonymous profiles are linked to. And then the more you guess correctly, you'll get to be the anonymous and like kick somebody out of the house. It's pretty cutthroat, but I really want to be on it, and and there's like a cash prize at the end of it. So, but yeah, it's ongoing. It's on its first season, so I really like that show a lot. I haven't watched Survivor yet, but I heard that I would really like it. I don't know. Yeah.
I remember Survivor was big when I was growing up. I probably watched some of the first seasons when it came out.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Well, it's still big. Still.
Is it still? What season are they on? 50? Like, what are they?
Probably.
Or something?
Yeah, definitely in the double digits. Definitely past 30. I feel.
Oh my god.
It's a lot of seasons Survivor. It's too much.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like
per year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if Survivor had not had The Tribe Has Spoken, it wouldn't have lasted this long. Like,
yeah.
I feel like 90% of Survivor is just the line, "The tribe has spoken."
Yeah, I'm so checked out. I've never heard that before.
That's when people are getting voted off and you finally like the tribe has voted against you, and then you get up like face to face with the host and he looks you in the eye and he's like, "The tribe has spoken," and he extinguishes the flame and then you leave.
That sounds so much worse. Like that makes me think I actually am going to have to go wander the wilderness.
Yeah, you're right. It's like now you have to actually survive. Good luck.
So last year or the year before, a few of my friends were on a reality show as a team. I used to play roller derby with them in LA, and they were on this show called the Buddy Games. And we were watching, and I just thought it would be like, I'm going to watch my buddies, play this game. It was so stressful because like, I don't think I'm allowed to say where they were necessarily, but like it was far away from home, very far away from home. And they would do things where people would get kicked off. And I was like texting my friend like mid watching the season. I'm like, do they send you home? And she's like, yeah, no. They for real just send you another country away. Like you're gone. You're not in the show anymore. And it was like, I thought I applied to a few reality shows when I lived in LA. I'm so glad I didn't get on any because I was so mortified by how like because a lot of it's scripted, a lot of like the drama is ginned up and the way that they talk and stuff like that. You want to be crowd favorites and stuff, but oh my gosh, some of those emotions are like friendships ended. Wow. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that?
I think I am. I want to be ready for it. Every time I watch a reality TV show, I like think about what I would do. I know everyone does that, but I really think that my plans are really going to work. Like I really think that I can win these shows.
You didn't go to make friends.
No, I want the cash prize at the end. I have a plan.
Those are the people who win, honestly. Yeah. Like if you start getting your emotions involved, you're going to be like, "Oh, I can't let my friend get voted out or something," and then they like backstab you. So
100%.
Yeah, you got to look out for number one on a reality TV show.
Yeah, I'm like, I have my own friends. I have people that I know. I don't need new ones. I just need $100,000 at the end of the show.
That's it. That's your audition. Okay, who do we send this? We'll give you a copy of this tape.
Tape. That's cute. Oh my gosh. Wait, so give me an example of like a situation that you saw go down on a reality TV show and you're like, I would do it this way.
Oh, yes. Well, there's The Circle on Netflix where you could either play as yourself or like have a fake profile and like catfish as somebody. And the goal is to be like the #1 influencer and get people to really like you and vote you really high. I would personally come into the game single. I think I would play as myself, but I find that people that play as single, there's more of an opportunity to flirt. But once you find like your circle husband or circle girlfriend or whatever, like you can't flirt with anyone else, because then people are going to look at you as a backstabber, and word gets around fast. So you have to be loyal. The thing is that you can't be loyal to everybody, because if you're loyal to everybody, then people are going to start looking at you as a backstabber. At least that's what I've seen on the show. So you really have to try your best to pick a group of people that you really want to make it to the end with. I think another thing about going on a circle, oh yeah, you don't want to be the influencer, like the number one person in the ranking on the first episode. Kind of want to be in the middle.
You don't want to get blue shelled, is what I hear.
Yeah. You also don't want to be last in the ranking either, because usually those are the people that are sent home. So I feel like I would want to stay in the middle, but close to the top, like ranking 3 or 4 until the middle of the game show, and then I would work my way up. So I feel like that would be my
so
plan.
much strategy.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You 100% thought about this, and I respect it.
Every season.
I'm just thinking about, like, yeah, this has come from serious analysis, I can tell. Yeah. And I'm imagining what it would be like. Yes. What it would be like if you applied the same strategy to a show like The Great British Baking Show or something, and you're like, I'm not going to let them know that I could really bake. I'm going to keep it on the down low, but wait until the middle, because then I will release the best loaf of bread that the world has ever seen, and then it's all Paul handshakes from there, baby.
Oh God. Yeah, but that could go British Bake Off. That could go anyway. Isn't that the show that had that what's that comedian who like showed up and he was exhausted and he totally messed up everything, and he got so I can't remember his name, but doesn't matter. My point is sometimes you can get fame by failing dramatically on a baking show.
Oh.
Maybe not so much.
Like a comedian that was a contestant, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's a different show.
Maybe Nailed It?
That checks out. Nailed It, was it?
Oh my God.
Penny is emergency Googling.
Yeah, I just love competition shows in general. I've been watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race as well. I'm like obsessed with it now. I never watched it in college, but now I'm like, oh my God, this is the best show I've ever seen in my life. I don't think I do well on Drag Race, but I just like looking at the fashion mostly. Yeah.
It's James Acaster is who I was thinking of.
Oh.
You know that guy?
I've heard the name, but I feel like I don't know what he looks like.
He's hilarious. He has a bit where he lit up Ricky Gervais. It was fantastic. He showed up and he like didn't sleep all night, and he's trying to make like a souffle, and he just doesn't bake. He doesn't know what he's doing. They're just giving him shit about it. It's like it's a liquid.
I'll have to look that up. That sounds fun. Yeah. But also poor guy. RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes,
I remember I was gonna say I like clearly doing makeup stuff, and I'll look at like makeup tutorials and videos on YouTube. And I always find that drag and makeup artistry, they're so interrelated. Like any kind of trend that's happening in makeup has probably been done in drag before, and it just constantly informs each other and inspires one another. And I love that you could tell how it seeps into culture, because honestly the world would be a better place with more self-expression. But yeah, I actually have never watched an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I have already gotten flack from friends for that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I feel like I'd really like this.
I feel like I might be the only person in my friend group that watches it, or at least watches it religiously. So I feel like it's a common thing. I feel like not a lot of people watch it as much as you think they do, unless you're like a Twitter stan or something.
Well, let me ask, where do you watch it?
I watch it on Paramount Plus.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I need to get that Paramount subscription.
Or I guess if you have cable, you can like log in with your cable provider on MTV and watch it there as well. But I don't have cable, so I just watch it on Paramount Plus. But they have all 16 seasons of it. And then there's like an all-stars version where past queens will come back and compete for the crown again. So yeah, there's like a million different versions of RuPaul's Drag Race. There's like a Canada version, and it's like a Canada versus the world, and it's like a RuPaul's Drag Race Mexico. There's so many, but yeah.
Wow.
I had no idea that it was international in that way.
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing.
I had no idea Canada had drag queens.
Yeah.
So flannel.
Right?
But yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
God, there's just so many shows.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with.
There really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching a lot of reality TV growing up, but it was honestly, I think, I was gonna say it was a lot more toxic than what it is now, but I'm like, it's still some drama, obviously, that happens.
But you only watched Bad Girls Club, Sabrina.
I mean, what kind of reality TV show would it be if everybody were completely nice and good to each other, right? I mean, you got to have some kind of nail thrown in to shake things up. But I'm talking things like The Simple Life with Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. That was one that I used to watch that was probably not age appropriate at the time, but I specifically remember a moment where Paris Hilton is like talking to people and she's like, "What's a Walmart?"
Oh my God.
Like, you could look up the clip where she's like, "What's a Walmart?" And you're like, "What?" But obviously that had to have been fake. That was scripted as hell. But at the time you're like, "What? She doesn't know what a Walmart is."
It could go either way.
I know. And now you fast forward and Paris Hilton is like, "I'm not that person whatsoever." And you're like, that checks out because that did not seem real.
I feel like a lot of the reality TV shows that I watched in earlier years were definitely not age appropriate for me to watch at all. It would just be like my mom is just watching TV and I'm just watching along with her, not understanding what's going on. Like Flavor of Love with Flavor Flav on VH1. I don't know if you guys have seen that one from the early 2000s, but it's basically The Bachelor, but with Flavor Flav. It's just him trying to find love and a bunch of women living in one house, and he like gives them a rose if he wants them to stay, and if he doesn't want them to stay in the house, then they have to go home. It's very
really bizarre. Is just The Bachelor, but it's Flavor Flav.
That sounds so much better than The Bachelor.
Yeah. 2 or 3 seasons of it, which I feel like are too many. I feel like it was supposed to work the first time for Flavor Flav.
You get 1 season to find someone. Flav.
Yeah, TikTok. I know. Well, Flavor Flav wears the big clock, right?
Yeah, he has the big clock.
Yeah, so he can tell. He can tell when it's time to go. Time to stop. He's like, let me consult.
I kind of like the idea of like, well, I don't know if Flavor Flav, I don't know enough to like know if he's a known quantity, but like something about like it not being just like a random guy and then like however many random women, like just the idea of it being like, okay, here is a personality. Like, oh my God, can you imagine just like the crazy celebrities you could get on one of those shows? What kind of women would show up for a Jared Leto dating show? You know what I mean? Like, you want entertainment.
I know.
Yeah. It just occurred to me that there are people that don't know Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars, but from his acting career. And that like just blew my mind.
I just raised my hand. I'm like, Donnie Darko? I love that we're spanning so many generations with this episode. But yeah, I don't know a a lot of 30 Seconds to Mars, unfortunately.
That was my first introduction to him, right? Like, yeah, that's how like I think I first knew him as 30 Seconds to Mars, and then like Fight Club.
Wait, okay, I'm ignorant. When was 30 Seconds to Mars?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, then never mind. I'm just late. I'm just terribly late to the party.
Yeah, don't worry. I just know 2 songs, but yeah.
Oh, and that. Oh God, what's that? He was in a terribly depressing movie. Anyways, doesn't matter.
I thought that was like his
Requiem for a Dream.
Oh no, I can't. I know. I have opinions about Requiem for a Dream. I don't want to bring that to the pod.
Yeah, let's just keep that out. Let's talk about Morbius.
Darren Aronofsky is a interesting person, and that's the lightest compliment I can give.
Can we move on? Wait. Should we see? All right, we've tackled music and reality TV. I feel like you have depths in all of these categories. Are there any more categories? Are there any other things that you do with your spare time that like blow off steam or hobbies or?
Yeah, I like to cook. I go to Trader Joe's like way too often. But yeah, I do like to cook. I make a mean chocolate chip banana bread that my boyfriend likes a lot.
Yum.
And my mom and my grandma also like it a lot. My mom makes the best macaroni and cheese ever.
What makes it the best?
The cheeses that she uses, honestly. Sharp cheddar cheese, smoked Gouda. Those are really the 2, but I like to throw in a little Swiss cheese in there.
Full of funk, yeah.
Yeah. But you can really just mix it up. Sometimes you put like jalapeno, no, pepper jack. Pepper jack cheese. Because I love spicy food. Just in general, I like Korean food. I like Japanese food, all of it, Thai, etc. I just like my mouth to burn.
Oh my gosh, the jalapeno mac and cheese sounds mouth-wateringly good.
That does sound really good.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just trying to like bake more, honestly. I tried to make a protein banana bread. It's fine, but I think the protein powder threw it off a bit. So I don't know. I'll experiment with that.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a protein shake as a side to the banana bread. So you can make the protein shake kind of like...
Why ruin the bread? Just have something bad with something good.
It tastes fine,
but like
I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like my protein shake would be more like a milkshake that just happens to have some protein powder and not like anything actually healthy. It's like put a scoop of ice cream in there. Delicious.
Yeah, I was having like instant oatmeal for a while for breakfast, and then I was like, oh, they have protein instant oatmeal. Hey, that's great. That'll be good for my goals. And then it was just like, oh, they clearly just took the oatmeal and just added protein powder of the like flavor of the thing that and it was just, oh my God, I don't know how they made it so much worse.
Gelatinous.
It was just like
I can see it now.
Like dust.
Yeah. I tried to make ice cream a couple weeks ago. I got like this very small ice cream maker from Kohl's. I think I broke it.
Wait, how?
I put too much liquid, and so the churning thing, I guess, just stopped working.
Burned out the rotor or something like that.
Yeah, and also I couldn't find the little recipe book, so I just kind of winged it from what I remembered. And I was supposed to wait for the liquid to get cold because you're supposed to like boil the milk and stuff. I don't know. It was weird, but I put in the liquid hot, and I wasn't supposed to do that. So I just had it churning for too long of a time, and then it wasn't getting like the texture of it wasn't turning into ice cream. So I just put it in the freezer and crossed my fingers, and it was just kind of like icy vanilla, but it wasn't ice cream. It tasted fine, but the texture was off, so I just threw it out.
It's like I could have bought like an ice cream pint or I can go buy a machine and break it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this will save so much money. And it's the complete opposite.
Oh no. Rip to the ice cream maker.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Although
it was like $15, but I don't know.
That might be the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know why this $15 ice cream maker didn't work.
Oh no. There's like, that's the thing with kitchen gadgets though. They start at like 15 and then they go to 350 and you're like, is there
they go
middle
higher
option?
than that.
Oh,
My
totally.
God.
No in between.
Yeah. You want the real ice cream maker? Here's one that machined in Italy, made with only the finest stainless steel. That'll run you a lot more money.
Yeah.
But it'll break like the $15 one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for like really tiny kitchen gadgets, like the breakfast sandwich makers. I don't have one. My mom is always like, "You don't need one of those. Just make it in a pan." But I'm like, "Oh, but it's so tiny, and it's like sets it up for you."
Oh my God, my friend!
Life easier.
Where it makes the egg the perfect size for the English muffin.
Yes,
you can't.
One of those.
That's hard to do by yourself in a pan. It's just a fact.
We have a little fry pan that's that big.
And my God.
Yeah, it's this big, and you just crack one egg in it, and it just makes the perfect little thing for it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, tell that to the people who make the stoves, because the flames are so much bigger that it burns the handle.
Yeah.
There's no winning. There's no winning.
Yeah, that was not put in America's test kitchen. I feel like every home cook kind of goes through that though, where you've made stuff enough to feel like I'm confident, I know how to make things, and then the single time that you go off recipe, you're that's a failed mission.
Yeah, you know what? Making ice cream, that's worth the try. I get it.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool that I had the little churning thing, because my mom and I have made ice cream together before. We just like put it in a Ziploc bag and mixed everything up and then put it in the freezer, and it came out great. But I was like, I need a machine.
Wait, that came out great?
It did.
How? That's incredible.
The mother's touch, I guess. Because whenever I try to do it, it just doesn't work. Also, I tried to put chocolate chips in it, and it all just sunk down to the bottom.
No.
How does Ben and Jerry do the swirl? It doesn't make any sense. The equipment must be space age.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
What's something that you've been wanting to cook, but like you're intimidated? You're like, no, I don't think I can do that.
Ooh, that's a good question. Recently I've been trying to find like a good pasta recipe, like a good sauce that's not marinara or tomato sauce, because that gets really repetitive really quick. I feel like also pizza, really intimidated to make for some reason. It seems easy, but I feel like I'm just too lazy to make the dough. And then the pre-made dough from the supermarket, I feel like it's not the same as a authentic pizza shop. So I don't know. I think I'm just too lazy though.
That's an oven thing, right? Like our ovens don't get as hot as pizza ovens. So like it's really hard to they have to change the dough so it can cook in like a 400-degree oven kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pizza ovens are like 600 to 800 degrees.
They really nuke it in there.
Yeah.
I see.
But that's interesting with this. Have you tried making, what is it called? Pepe de Queco?
Oh, I haven't tried that yet. I feel like I might have had it at restaurants, but I never really looked hard enough or asked.
It's like the hardest sauce to make.
Yeah.
Judging by watching my wife try to make it. And it's always she's always like, I broke the sauce.
Oh.
Like every time. But do you have like go on.
Maybe to make the process less intimidating, you make like a deconstructed pizza and do like some other pizza similar, pizza adjacent bread like focaccia, and then
Right.
have
Mm.
topping stuff on the side like salami or whatever. And then
Yeah.
when you eat them, they combine like a pizza.
Do you ever
It's a
make
good
bruschetta?
idea. I haven't.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
It's not pizza.
But
What's your favorite pizza? You're from New York, and I think that that's an important question to ask, and I feel bad that we hadn't asked it before.
It's fine. This is probably going to be a very disappointing answer, but I just like a pepperoni slice, honestly.
It's great. It's classic.
Yeah. Yeah. I personally do enjoy the oily, like, kind of pizza. Like, I very rarely dab off the oil. I kind of just eat it with it on.
Do you make a little fold of the pizza and then drip it in your mouth?
It's like drip.
Like a funnel?
Not like that. That's funny.
Some people dab it off. I just go right.
Yeah, same.
You'll
Yeah,
be like the new corn kid with pizza and be like, it has the juice.
I put it in a little shot glass.
Oh God.
All right, can I get a whiskey with a pizza juice back? Oh man.
New York pizza is something special.
Yeah.
It's just the best.
We have a pizza joint here where I don't know if it's every year, but apparently I think it's every year they send their entire staff to New York to go on a pizza crawl so that they can make sure that they know what pizza should taste like.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you find that it helps?
They have excellent pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Got investment, people. Got to invest in your talent.
Yeah. I think there's like a pizza place or two where they go and they go in the back and learn how they do it. I don't know. It's worth it. Invest, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like I'm having a hard time also finding a good bagel place in New York. There's so many, but
so it's an embarrassment of riches. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah, because everyone's like, "Oh, this is the best bagel I've ever had," and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there's something better out there in the city that I'm not getting. I haven't had the bagel yet, so I'm still on the search for that.
What do you like? What's your bagel, and what do you like on your bagel?
I like just like an everything bagel toasted with cream cheese, sometimes with lox. Yeah, that's kind of my go-to usually. Or like an onion bagel. I like an onion, like very savory. But sometimes I do like a good cinnamon raisin bagel as well. So yeah, it really depends. Sometimes I'll make like a cinnamon raisin bagel and then I'll put bacon inside of it. That's pretty good.
Oh,
yeah. like cream cheese and bacon.
Yeah.
Wait, Nijah, you need to copyright that if it doesn't already exist.
You just put that on the internet just now, and that's a bad call. Because I'm gonna go steal it.
A good sweet and savory meal or just breakfast in general. I love it.
Oh, that's a great time. That's like when you're having pancakes and you have bacon and it gets in.
Yeah, exactly.
You're making me hungry. Sorry to all the vegetarians and vegans, but we're talking to two Texans here. I mean, well, Penny, I know you're not born in Texas, but you live there and you understand.
I do. But believe it or not, Michigan people, they eat a lot of bacon. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's good. It's so hard to hear a New Yorker complain about bagels though, because we have one place.
Yeah. We need to spread the bagel truth.
Yeah. It's funny. There's a place in Oklahoma called Tulsa, Oklahoma, called New York Bagels. And it's very bizarre because when I walked in, they had the 6 train line as decoration, the 4, 5, and 6 trains in New York City. And I was that's very specific. And the bagels are surprisingly really good, which I wasn't expecting in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, it was very insane to see that specific train line. I'm somebody here is from the Bronx.
Yeah.
But
I thought that too. Somebody must have been I'm done with the city. And then they moved to Tulsa and they're but my bagels. And then they brought it.
Wait, all right. Why were you in Tulsa?
My boyfriend lives out there for work, so I was visiting. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you found a bagel joint. A
Yeah,
Bronx
I was
bagel joint.
very surprised.
Oh, I have a food. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Go, no,
so,
you first.
oh no, just off topic, but ice cream there is like $2, like, and it's like pretty large. Like a small is like this big. It's like $2, like extremely cheap. If you get ice cream like that in New York City, is like 10. Like it's just
The amount of money I've spent
a
on
shock.
like a Van Leeuwen milkshake is embarrassing. But so worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do you ever watch Pulp Fiction with the milkshake scene and go like, what the fuck? Like, I always wanted to know what a $5 milkshake tastes like, or whatever it was. You're like,
Yeah.
are you kidding? Where are you getting a cheap milkshake?
Quentin doesn't know.
Ice cream inflation.
But Penny, were you gonna share a food story earlier?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I'm on margarita too. I'm finishing margarita too.
Gotcha. Well, on that note, we are at the 51-minute mark. It has been already so easy to get to this point. I looked at the clock and I was like, really? Already?
Yeah, this is gone fast.
But yeah, I guess we are at that time. So to tie it all back, Nijah, how do you think some of these influences, the things you enjoy, how do they tie back into the stuff that you do for work or the stuff that you do creatively?
Yeah, well, like I said before, like I'm just a really big music fan. So just like making music videos or like lyric videos, that's just something I just like to do for fun, or like animating album covers. That's on my portfolio at nijahbrown.com. But yeah, just watching a lot of like music videos and just consuming a lot of movies and anime and content like that, and just that's kind of where I take my inspiration from mostly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's how I got into it. Baby Sabrina was making little anime music videos in middle school.
Yeah.
And before, I think people call them edits now.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta make an edit. And to me, I'm like, that is an AMV?
Yeah. Exactly.
Ma'am or sir? Like, that is an anime music video. But yeah, now they're called edits and they can be really editing anything under the sun.
Yeah.
Which is really fun to watch. But yeah, I feel like looking back at that, I recognize that as, oh, I was doing motion design before I had any vocabulary for it.
Yeah.
And absolutely, with music videos, those are some of my biggest inspirations too. Like, is there a music video or a few that stand out to you? It's like, this is like a top tier inspiration.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Penny's excited.
No, I love music videos. They were my childhood. They are like a driving force for me. I'm giving you more time to think about whatever you want to think about. And I got to work on a bunch when I lived in Los Angeles, and I have great stories about them, and I love them. And it's like, it feels like people don't make music videos like at that level anymore. Anyway,
I know, bring them back.
I know.
Yeah. I really like in high school in particular, there's a lot of like K-pop music videos that I would watch. I just really love the colors in them. Like I just feel like they know color theory really well. Obviously, a Breaking the Habit music video by Linkin Park. That's a classic for me.
Great one.
What's the song by Take On Me by Aha? I really like that one. I watched that one
of the best ever.
times.
What are you, my age? Jesus Christ. Formative. That is a formative video for multiple generations, and I love that.
Yeah, it's timeless. It truly is.
Yeah. But yeah, those are a couple that I really enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah. Was I'm gonna butcher her name, but Gary Pemu was she the one that's like almost looks like a doll in that music video, and she's got like a really cutesy outfit. She almost looks like a doll in a Village of Toys or something, but I remember that. I believe it was her, and there was a really famous music video that was not early K-pop, but I think early K-pop migrating into the US, like around the time of Gangnam Style and stuff. And then she came on and it was like, whoa, I've never seen something like this before, because Also, the set design and costumes that they have are so next level. Really fun to watch.
Yeah, those are their music videos are like top tier. Oh, also, Coldplay has a music video for their song Strawberry Swing. It's definitely one that you guys should check out. They're like doing chalk drawings and it's like animated. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's
Is
really
that the
cool.
one that like they put in scenes from different animators kind of? Like it was
I don't think so. They're like
okay.
physically drawing with chalk and Chris
Got
Martin is like flying through the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that
so
one.
Cool. Yeah.
I think they did one recently where they assembled a huge team of different animators and did different scenes, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
Coldplay has honestly had some really good music videos in their time. I mean,
Yeah,
even
definitely.
the classic, I think it was for Yellow, but the one where he's walking on the beach and it's just daybreak, and as the music goes on, it's like the sun is rising, and even just that, like going from the beginning and the end of the video is one of my favorite things to see. Like, wow, time passed and they did this in what appears to be one take. I don't know how they did it, but that one's really fun too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Penny, I think we did it.
What did we do?
We did another NoGraph episode with Nijah Brown.
I had so much fun. All right, so no, like full disclosure, today I even posted on Panimation where I was just like at the end of my rope with work. Just not my job now. I'm having a fine job. Eric Subera, I'm doing great. And but no, I just you know, like, oh man, NoGraph. And this every time we do it, we do a NoGraph episode, it like heals my heart. And you have just been just such a delightful guest. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Great to chat with you again, Nijah.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Nijah gives a thumbs up, double thumbs up. Sweet.
I want to throw in, I just want to say how like the ease with which you talk about your like side interests is really lovely and nice and inspiring, because like I think oftentimes like I think of myself, if like you ask like, oh, well, what do you do when you're not working? You're like, okay, let me just click off work thought. And all right, so well, I guess all right, so I do that. You're like, oh, music, oh, this, oh, that. You have a very seamless connection between your like work life, not work life. And I really it's I feel like you're gonna last a long time.
Yeah, I agree. Hold on to that.
I just love talking to people about my interests and then getting them into the things that I like. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah,
I want to fly to New York and just hang out for a bit. So I mean, like,
please do, Penny. Honestly, we could all go get. We could go on a quest for what is the best bagel in New York.
And I feel like I don't know. That's a good question. I'm looking for it.
My Jewish ancestors just went, say yes. Say yes to the dress.
I'll let you guys know when I find the best bagel in New York City.
Oh my God. We'll do a mini episode. A travel food episode.
Yeah.
We'll get one of those charts and be like, S tier is definitely Tompkins Street, and then whatever is the random bodega deli has really mid bagels or whatever, and we'll rank them all.
Yeah. Oh wait, are you a chopped cheese fan?
No, I'm more of a bacon, egg, and cheese kind of person.
Chopped cheese has finally made it to Austin in a big way, and it's like everywhere has chopped cheese right now, and it's like it's a glorious time.
I do love a good chopped cheese, but I don't get it often. Yeah, I like a good pastrami sandwich also.
Oh
yeah,
love Reuben sandwiches are my weakness.
So
good.
Yeah.
Nijah, we'll just have you cook for us.
Have we just created a spin-off cooking show?
Yeah.
NoGraph Nijah cooks.
we've got bread people. We've got Nijah. It's great. This is perfect. We're an empire.
Yes.
All right. Well, Nijah, thank you so much for joining us. This has been an absolute delight.
Yeah, I've had so much fun. Thanks for having me. And it's good to meet you, Penny, for the first time. This is great.
Same.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tune in next time for another episode of NoGraph. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.